Today, I have with me the daughter of Odisha who has not only exposed the system, the reality on ground, but she is the victim of a very horrific incident that took place that not only shook the army, but also the nation. A very warm welcome to you and thank you for speaking to us because we understand you are undergoing a lot of mental trauma as well as physical trauma after the incident took place. We would like to hear from you, from your mouth, because we know what happened. We've been reporting about it, but we would like to hear it from you. What exactly happened that night? That was a normal, usual night when you were out and you were working and you were returning home. What went wrong?
Of 14th, 15th, as it was already 1 a.m. I was returning back, going back home when the very many boys were there inside the car and they started hooting and gushing at the car and instigating Gurvanch to get out of the car. Gurvanch was driving the car, I was sitting with him. And thereafter, when Gurvanch did exit the car and started to talk to them that what happened, what was the issue, then I just, in the car sitting, saw that there was pushing around happening with him, looking at which I felt protective and I went out of the car thinking that I'm a woman. So maybe there will be some sense in them and they will back off. But that was not the case. I was proven wrong. Where they started, manhandling and abusing me also a little. So, point of heckle, and obviously to know the strength that there were very many more, and using our head, we just saw a little time to escape and got inside the car and started to scoot away from there. So, ma'am, from the point of this location where this incident happened to my home,
But
it's
I will interrupt you here. Ankita, who were these boys? Did they know
no,
you
ma'am. I do not
from
know them.
before?
They don't
Why
know
were they
me.
chasing you?
I don't know, ma'am. They were just standing at the road, probably just they all that they could say was, "Why did you? How could you overtake us?" That's all. That's all. Random nuisance of boys that they do on road. I'm not saying it's normal. I'm not saying it should be normalized, but that is what it was. No intent, no motive. I don't know them. They don't know me. I'm sure they don't know me. I definitely do not know them. I do not. I till date do not know them. After
They were
from this,
chasing you.
they were there already parked on the road. When we honked and crossed them, they followed us. That is as simple as it gets. There is nothing else to it. Absolutely nothing else to it.
Okay.
So from this point of incident to my home, it's about 7 kilometers on distance and about 10 to 15 minutes on the clock. So we thought we'll just get away from there. It's okay. Just get away from there, not to indulge anymore. But while we were driving back, ahead of ahead of my home is Bharatpur police station, just close by. So Gurvansh suggested that we should anyway complain because the way back home is pretty dark and secluded. And if not they chase us, they could be miscreants to anybody else because the night is still long. We as responsible people should just go and complain. So we had just gone to the police station then. It must be around 2. And thereafter we parked the vehicle. There was nobody in the police station, like no parking outside, no nothing. Then we entered the police station and we found that there was this constable sitting at the reception to whom Gurvansh recited the entire incident and asked that if he could just take down a complaint and FIR. He so much impressed on the answer. He said, "आप wait कीजिए." At the reception chairs. And in a few while, then I asked again that, "Sir, it's getting pretty late right now. And we would also like to move forward home. घर जाके सोना है. आप प्लीज किसी को बुला दीजिए या तो आप ही FIR लिख लीजिए. बहुत सिंपल सा है. आप लिख के खत्म कीजिए." There was this lady who came in front of me who was in her 90s, and I asked her, "Ma'am, are you a duty officer?" She said, "Yes, she was." Then I told her, "Oh, okay, ma'am, then I'm a female, you're a female. Let's just, you talk to me. This, so and so has happened. Please write down my complaint." She didn't write it. And when by then I was it was already pretty late and we wanted to go back home. So I told her, I pressed on her that, ma'am, please aap likh lijiye. We will also get going. However, then she said that आप लोग को इतना ही टेंशन है जाके मेडिकल करवा लो. So I said, ma'am, I don't think there is requirement of any medical or whatsoever. हम बस यहाँ FIR लिखवाने आए हैं. आप एक FIR लिख दीजिए बस, please, that's all. She said, अभी बड़े साहब आएंगे, पुलिस पेट्रोल गाड़ी आएगी, आप उनको बताओ. So Gurvansh and I sat again and waited. Thereafter, the police patrol vehicle did come. I don't know in how much time, maybe 30 odd minutes, from which other police lady officers and male officers got down. And then Gurvansh, watching male officers get down, he only started conversing with them, told them now about this entire situation, and also including the fact that we've been waiting for so long now and our FIR is not taken. So after sharing a few conversations, he was given a paper and pen. And in the meanwhile, prior to that, I had already, through Gurvansh's phone, started to make their videos. That why would you not write the FIR? Because I did have an intent to show it further that police is not writing this thing, and that too at an odd hour. A female has been accompanied. A female is there, odd hour, police station, just to want an FIR. What is the problem? What is the hindrance? Why not write the FIR? Very simple. There is nothing extra that we asked. So watching me making the video,
Correct.
of course, they were angry. They were enraged. A few of the female constables were calling me names. They were abusing me. They also started to make a video, which I'm sure is anyway floating around media, that I was making a video, and that anger that they are trying to show
Yes.
me in is already because 2 hours have passed, begging them for my right. Thereafter, when Gurvansh started to write his FIR his complaint on the paper, just maybe 2-3 lines, I do not know why. Suddenly, his arms were flung up and he was stripped down, taken down. All his belongings were taken, his ID card, car keys, phone, everything was taken. And he was being dragged to the cell. And then I just asked them, why is this? हम तो यहाँ FIR लिखवाने आए हैं, आप गुरवंश को क्यों अंदर लेके जा रहे हैं? There was no reply to me, just abuses and shut up and sit there kind of an attitude. So then when he was taken to the cell, that is when I told them that now I am representing him as a lawyer, as I am a lawyer. Why is he inside the cell? May I see his warrant? No reply, absolutely no reply whatsoever. The SI who put him inside the cell stood there like a statue, just stood there, did not answer me. He was just not talking to me. So Gurvansh started to tell him then, कि sir, आप मेरा ID card verify कर लो. आप please, मतलब I'm from the army. I'm a rank of a captain. Why am I behind cell? And if you don't know, besides that I have committed murder or rape, you cannot put me behind cell. Maybe you don't know, but I'm letting you know. या तो मेरे यहाँ से पास में मेरे एक आर्मी की यूनिट है, आप उनको फोन कर दीजिए, वो लोग आ जाएंगे, वो मुझे ले जाएंगे अगर मैंने कोई प्रॉब्लम किया है. No answer, no replies, just stood there. Then he just walked away and locked himself in a room by the end of the corridor in the station. In the meanwhile, I was speaking with Gurvansh that what are we supposed to do now? Now you're behind the cell. He said, "You go. Maybe I'll do. You go and call that SI again. I'll request him." I went, and in whichever room he was there, I started to knock on that door. He said, "Please get out. He wants to talk to you. Don't talk to me. Go talk to him. Go talk to him." There was no reply even then yet. So while I was knocking at the door, two female constables came at me. I think they were making a video also that, see, look at the way you're behaving. This is not a way that a woman behaves. I said, this behavior is, please keep aside. It's about you doing something that you're not supposed to, and I'm trying to question why. I'm only asking why. Let me know why. However, only the abusers went along, and there was no reply from their side. So in the meanwhile, then I went out to my vehicle, and my phone was lying dead in the car. So I just thought that I should charge it up a little and give it to Gurvansh for whatever help he could get, because by then I was feeling extremely unsafe in that police station. The very fact that I had gone to the police station to only file an FIR made me feel the most unsafest at that time inside. I went to the car, charged my phone to up to barely 4-3%, handed it over to Gurvansh. He made a few phone calls. I could see him that he was making a few phone calls. He was trying to do something on the phone, and suddenly I felt a pull on my hair. I was dragged out, and then I screamed, "Ma'am, what happened? Ma'am, why are you doing so? What happened?" And then I could just feel few slaps and punches on my face. Then I started again telling them, "Ma'am, I am a lawyer. Again, I've already told you, I know I'm well within my rights. Why are you doing this? It's not fair. Why are you even doing this?" As I kept saying, their beatings became even harsher. And by this time, I was pulled through the corridor out of the place where Gurvansh was. And there were three women on my head pulling my hair. And I was pinned down. I was waist down, bent down. And through a blow on my face, I saw my tooth fall out. And then that is when I told them, "मैम आप बहुत आप हद पार कर चुके हैं मैम, please अभी बंद कीजिए." I was literally begging to them. Now from asking for my bare rights, I had turned towards begging that, "Ma'am, please stop, please stop." She wouldn't. She took my tooth and just flung it outside. She disposed it off. And there was blood all over the floor. I was bleeding through my nose and mouth. Then one of the ladies came at my neck. That is when all my hand, legs, everything was caught. That is when I bit her. Then they tied me up. One of the lady constables' scarf was used to tie me up on my leg. My own jacket was used to tie my hand. And then I was thrown into a room where they continuously kicked me. The SI who had put Gurvansh behind the lockup, he came in. A lady constable pulled up my bra, exposed me, and then he was just thumping on my chest continuously. I was just begging them to stop. That why, as to why is this happening? They were just abusing, having a laugh, and then they locked me again and they left. Then I was screaming just for help. And after a few while, maybe half an hour or so, the door opened again and I saw a fresh face. So I just thought that maybe this is that Bade Saab they were talking about. He was the IIC of that place. So he just asked me in a very angry tone that, "What's your problem? Why are you screaming so much?" And then watching a new face, I explained him the entire predicament that this all has happened. While I was telling him, one of the females just pulled down my pant, and simultaneously he was taking off his shirt and pulling out his pant. He came at his private part onto my face, standing right above my face while I was laying down. And then he just told me, "How many times would you take it to just shut up?" By then I had just felt all the disgrace, and then I just couldn't look no further. And I told him, "Sir, please, please don't do anything. आपने मेरे बात पीट दिया और please कुछ मत कीजिए, कुछ मत कीजिए." Then next when I looked up, nobody was there, just that the room was open. And I was just lying down there crying. In the meanwhile, Gurvansh came in. I told him, "Please open me." He opened me, then both of us went and sat at the reception again. With all the beatings, I could barely walk, so he supported me and took me to the bench. Then Gurvansh had gone inside the IIC's room to talk something, I believe, and I was sitting there alone. And when Gurvansh came out, I told him that I don't feel well medically and I need to go and speak to whoever is senior in charge over here because I need to get out of here. I need some medical emergency. I don't feel okay. By then, there were a few army people also over there that I could spot. So I asked Gurvanj what is going on. He also didn't say anything to me. He just said, "Sit patiently, I'll get you the help that you need." So I said, "Please make me speak to the senior." And then he took me inside that office. which was now seated by the ACP. He was also not in any reception mode. He was screaming and yelling at me. He said, "This is the way you behave. What do you expect?" I said, "Sir, I just need medical emergency." And then I also told him, because that IIC was sitting right there, I said, "And your officer has also sexually molested me." They all just had a hearty laugh and asked me to get out. I went out and I asked Gurvansh ki वरना सब कुछ side में, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. So in a few, I think maybe in half an hour or 40 minutes, we were put inside a police vehicle with four women, one male officer and a driver, and Gurvansh and I were taken to some hospital. There in the emergency ward, I I was there under custody. By then, I was actually thinking that I'm under protection, but later I found out that I'm under custody. One by one from every other department, doctors came in and saw me. They wrote their findings. They wrote their review as to whatever injuries I had bad in my body. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., I was there in the hospital. Gurvansh was also there. Army officials were also there, army personnel. And while Gurvansh had some talking to do, so the Gurvansh was just in and out in that place. I was just continuously on that emergency ward bed for from 8 to 5. Then 5 p.m. when I was taken away from there, and that time also I asked that they are my medical records, I need them. There was complete resistance. They said, no, this is going to go to the police. And ma'am, minute by minute, also coming, I'm a lawyer. Minute by minute, I knew that this is just being a conspiracy and is being turned something really fishy against me. And I still do not know why. I till date do not know why. What for? Then we were taken back to Bharatpur police station. Now only I was there in that police vehicle and Gurvansh wasn't. After reaching the Bharatpur police station, I was told by Gurvansh that because I'm an army personnel, they have let me go, but you're probably going to jail. And I was just bamboozled with questions like, jail for what? What have I done? What for? I just came here to give an FIR. What am I going to jail for exactly? He said that the charges on you are of murder, attempt to murder, that you came in and you have beaten up all the officials. I said, I am not beaten up. I was trying to save myself in self-defense while I was being trashed and beaten about, which the entire medical is there present. He just said, wait, um, just relax, calm down. He's tried to talk me out that it's okay, kuch nahi hoga, kuch nahi hoga. From there, I was taken in the police vehicle with the same people to Capital Hospital now. And I know the procedure to go to jail, so I knew what was happening. Then I told the official at Capital Hospital that sir, जब मेरे सारे मेडिकल सब में हो चुके हैं, हम वापस कैपिटल में एक और मेडिकल कराने क्यों आए हैं? एक ही मेडिकल, एक ही केस के दो दो मेडिकल लीगल कैसे बन रहे हैं? यहाँ क्या चल क्या रहा है? Again, ignore, no reply. They told the lady doctor over there in Capital that so and so person has come. In Odia, they were speaking. By then, I think they were still believing that I don't understand the language. They said that she just came into the police station and she's beaten up everyone. तो एक केस है, आप फॉरवर्डिंग करके लिख दीजिए. She said, no, I have not examined the patient, the person. I cannot write anything. Then I insisted, ma'am, please, I have many injuries. Please take a note of it, because I knew that later on it's going to be a fight about my justice and I will need all these things on record. Then, ma'am, please take cognizance of all these injuries that I have. Please write something, ma'am. So for a brief moment, she just took, just pulled up my jacket a little, saw here and there. Whatever she wrote, I think she wrote no major injuries or something. And then she gave that document to that police officer. From there, by then I had already, through Gurvansh, had contacted my lawyer that I would need a bail. So my lawyer, Gurvansh, and this police vehicle with myself had reached Kalinganagar, a magistrate's residence, and where she heard my lawyer for in under 2 minutes. That's all. And I kept telling her also that, ma'am, please have a look at me. I'm present here. She did not, and she just wrote a reject. By then, I had just felt extremely dejected, and I knew that now I'm going to jail for sure. And from there, then we went onwards to Jharpada jail. It must be 10:50 to 11 p.m. now, the same date, 15th. And then I was taken inside the jail.
You are not only an army officer's daughter, you are an army officer's fiance. You yourself, you are a lawyer, entrepreneur. You are learned and aware about your rights. Is this what you think has perturbed the police, that you pointed out onto their mistakes when you went there and you sought some help from them?
That is what I can think from, ma'am. All these thoughts are spiraling my head every day, every moment. And I just keep on asking why it happened. All I can think was because I had a voice, because I told them, not told them what to do, but told them what they are doing is not okay. Not even telling them that do this, do that. Who am I to tell? I just went there for an FIR. So just barely asking them to give me my own rights, I think, agitated them, and maybe that's why.
And after this incident, after the intervention of the army, the government took it, and the investigations have already started. The judicial inquiries on. You've already met the chief minister. But do you think the suspension of those policemen or policewomen, what they did to you, the sexual assault they subjected you to, is that enough? Or what kind of justice do you expect now? You've gone through a lot of trauma. You're still undergoing that, which is irreparable, what I think. What do you think would be justice to you or the people who believe in the police system?
It's pretty clear that those 7 officials are not policemen, what we take police to be. Police, in my eyes, still remains and still holds a very high value because they are the what we call the Rakshak of this entire nation and of its people. And I still, till date, till the end of my life, for any wrong that will happen to me, I will go to police. I will. But these 7 officials who have just taken their uniform for a ride and a uniform grant to just subdue people and not help. They have to be punished. They have to be punished. And justice and the truth anyway finds its way, ma'am.
We also see we also see a number of videos now circulating on social media. These are probably those videos that the police made of you, the boys made, and police later has procured. There's a whole campaign that's going around to justify what the police did and probably to malign your character and image. So
This thing the society can do. Okay, once I have undergone assault, molestation, now you want to character assassinate me over national news. That is everybody's individual choice and character and not mine. It's not my character. It's each individual's character that they are trying to portray. And my lifestyle has nothing to do, nothing at all to do with how I have been treated there. Treated no less than a terrorist and sexually molested.
there are some interviews from the policemen also who are trying to implying that you were intoxicated, and they are trying to justify, and they say you misbehaved. How do you look at
Having
these?
2 drinks is criminal in India. Then I should have been with FIR put into the cell. Simple. Mama Constitution IPC lays down very fundamental and simple grounds. It's no rocket science. I am wrong, put me behind. Still date, I haven't signed my own FIR. Why this conspiracy of duplicate medical? Why the haste of pushing me from one hospital to another, then the magistrate, then just throwing me into the jail at 11 p.m. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. a woman cannot be held. When I say I know my rights, I know my rights.
There are simultaneously uncountable voices that are supporting you, especially the children from the army, the fraternity, the women, the army family. They are all standing by you. They are giving out messages on all the social media handles. They are saying that what was her fault? She believed in the system. Was that her fault? And especially the children, the families of the army, they are known to be brave, strong. How do you see this support coming from the army?
That day till date, and I don't know how long will it go on. They try to break my bones. They try to break my voice. What they cannot break is my will, and it will not break till I have seek justice. It will not. And the support that I have, I'll forever be in gratitude for that. And it is simply out of because they understand.
You believe, you expect justice will be done?
Not an expectation. Justice is equivalent to truth, and only truth prevails now.
Meanwhile, the army stands strong with you. Anything, any message for all those, not only in the army fraternity, but so many other people who know the truth, to believe in you, they are also standing with you. What do you have to say to all those people?
Very thankful to everybody for in these tough times that they're here with me and supporting me. Thank you.
I personally wish you a lot of more power because you are brave, you are a whistleblower, you've shown the reality on ground. And I wish you heal well. And thank you so much for taking out so much time and agreeing to talk to us.